Hey everyone, it's the chaplain here coming to you from my game room. We've got Operation Adler going. It's been a little bit since I've been able to get down here and get everything caught up, talk to my partner, etc. I'm playing the US, UK, and China, and Admiral Bulge is playing Russia, Commonwealth, and France. We're going against Kingpin and Kraken, and it's been a fun game so far. We're in round 3. This is early allies round 3, so US, UK, and China. US had 50 whatever to spend. I was forced to spend 3 on tech, not get it. I'm spending 48 on 6 destroyers and saving $4. I don't have any US combat to declare, so that makes it really easy. I do, however, have a bunch of stuff to move. So right here in the Atlantic, this fleet marker here in the West Indies indicates this fleet here that you guys have been waiting to see what I'm going to do with it. Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go 1, 2, and make a move with one of my transports, and then the rest of it's going to move here 3. Except one of the planes that was on the carrier is going to fly 1, 2, 3 and land on Gibraltar so that the carrier has an open spot. And one of the transports is going to stay behind. This particular transport had 2 infantry on it. Because we're going to go land in Morocco so that we can get some extra money. No big deal. Everything else, however, is here in A30. And that includes a battleship, a carrier with a fighter, 3 cruisers, 3 destroyers, a sub, and 4 transports that have just a bunch of dudes on them. And they're going to stay there. They're going to stay that way. The other thing I'm doing, I have 2 carriers off the east coast. They're coming down off the coast of Gibraltar, carrying 3 fighters and a tactical from that sea zone. One of the fighters that was on a carrier in A21 is going to also land in Gibraltar. And the fighter that's on the east coast can fly 1, 2, 3, 4 and land on the carrier. So the carrier's numbers didn't change. Still 3 fighters and a tactical. Now there's 2 US fighters in Gibraltar. And that's pretty much it for the United States, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to bring this transport down too. 1, 2, 3. And he'll bring in infantry and artillery and land them in Morocco. Okay. So that is the US turn. There's a bunch of noise upstairs because my family's starting to wake up, so if I hear a bunch of little pitter-patter of feet, I'll try to, they'll get down here and, hey Dad, what are you doing? I'm filming a turn, kiddos. Alright, so that's all taken care of. That's good. Those are good. Let's go to placement of units. I'm going to place 6 destroyers over here. Oop. P7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And disposition of U.S. forces. In P7, I got 6 destroyers. On San Francisco, I have 2 AAA, a strategic bomber, and 3 mech. In the Philippines, 2 infantry and a fighter. In Gibraltar, 2 fighters. In Casablanca, 3 infantry and an artillery. In the sea zone, A29, 2 carriers, 3 fighters, a tactical, and 2 transports. In A30 inside Gibraltar, battleship, carrier, fighter, 3 cruisers, 3 destroyers, a sub, 4 transports with 4 infantry and a mech, and a tank and 2 artillery. In DC, I've got 2 AAA and an infantry. That is the U.S. turn. All right. So this money is spent. Excuse me, I got the early morning sniffles. Like I said, I saved 4. I'm at 55 on the tracker. I'm no longer at war. I collect 15 because I get $1 for every originally controlled territory I have, and I start with 15 and I haven't lost any. I get 30 because I was brought into the war around 3 or later, and I get a +3 because I have ground units in Casablanca. That is the U.S. turn. So the U.S. has 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 17 to spend on its next turn. 117. Okay, now for the Brits. I paid 1 in tech. I'm paying the full 17 for 2 artillery and 3 infantry that go into Calcutta. This chip is here because I get a free infantry in Calcutta. I'm buying 3 tanks for 15 and a minor factory for 12. 15 and 12 plus an infantry. So that's 15 and that's 15. So that's that. And then I saved $1. A couple of combats to declare. Battleship off Calcutta is going to take out the free roaming transport in Malaya. You're gone. Get out of here. Boom. I think that was it on this side. This transport here off the coast of Iraq is going to pick up the artillery and bring it down to Italian Somaliland. I'm going to claim that for the king. All right. This pesky little sub here off the coast of Malta, I'm going to bring a British destroyer, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to bring the fighter from Transjordan, 1, 2. There's that. All right. I think that's it for combat. Let's go to the dice tray. I'll just use this one here. I have a fighter and a destroyer, and you have a sub. We'll throw it all together. My fighter hit, your sub missed, so that is toast. All right. Let's see here. Other things that we're doing as the British. This plane has to land, so he can go 1, 2 and land on the open carrier space on the American ship in A-30. Unfortunately, that destroyer is probably toast. You can see Transjordan. I'm going to back everything out of it. I'm going to back the artillery and the 4 infantry up. I picked this one up, so I can just chip it out. Bummer. You got me on the run. Oh no. Tank in Iran is going to move up to Iraq. Cruiser in 54 is going over to 50. And then I think I'm going to rail. No, I'm going to drive 2 tanks from Calcutta over to Iran. And I'm going to fly the fighter from Calcutta 1, 2, 3 into Iraq. I am going to rail the artillery over 1, 2, 3 into Iraq. It's Iraq. Actually, it's not. It's Iraq. Some people don't care. I don't really care, but I'd rather not, intentionally offend people. And then, yeah, I'm happy with that. You know what? Actually, I'm also going to rail a AAA over there into Iraq. Because, for some reason, the Luftwaffe thinks that they can just come down here and fart around in the Middle East, and I'd rather they not. Fart around and find out, as I like to say. As my grandmammy says. All right, let's move over to this purview. There we go. You can kind of see what's going on here. The battleship in A29 is going to move into A30 with the American ships. The battleship, cruiser, destroyer from the British sea zones are all going to move over here. Over here being A29, I think. This is what this is. And I'm going to pick up an infantry and artillery from London, drop them off in Gibraltar with my transport in A20. I think that's enough. Let's place units. And infantry goes down in London. That's why I left that there. Minor factory goes down in Iraq. 3 tanks go down in Iran. 3 infantry, 2 artillery purchased go down in Calcutta, plus my free infantry because you attacked me. That's all my money spent. That's all my movements done. Actually, it's not. I'm going to reverse while we're still on camera. Reverse gears here, and I'm actually going to leave battleship, cruiser, destroyer in the English Channel in A20. Yep, leave them there. All right, so the British didn't go up any. I believe I'm at 34 on the tracker, which is really kind of crappy. So 34 on the tracker, plus the one I saved is 35. And then looking at national objectives, India, West India, and Malaya. Nope. I get $4 for having 2 for Iraq, 2 for Iran. So I get +4. And I don't have Transjordan, Egypt, or El Alamein. I don't have all those, so I don't get those bonuses. So I will have 39 to spend on my next UK turn. And then China. China had $11 to spend. I'm going to purchase 2 infantry for 6. So that money is spent. You can't see anything right now. That's okay. I'm not actually doing anything. I'm going to place 2 infantry over here in Shanghai. So I saved $5. I collect 2. I get no national objectives. China has 7 to spend. Here we go. Full disposition of UK and China, because China's real easy. 2 infantry. All right, UK. 2 infantry, 4 AAA, fighter, destroyer, cruiser, battleship in the sea zone, 2 transports in A29, battleship in A30 with the U.S. fleet. Gibraltar has 5 infantry, an artillery, a mech, a fighter, and a regular strategic bomber. Yeah, we'll leave him there. Destroyer in A35, transport in 52. Artillery claimed Italian Somaliland, 5 tanks in Iran. 2 tanks, 1 AAA, 2 artillery, 4 infantry, 1 mechanized, 1 fighter. In Iraq, in Calcutta, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 infantry, 2 AAA, 2 artillery. In Calcutta, P-50 has a cruiser, P-48 has a battleship. I think I did the U.S. disposition. I really do. I did, because I started over here. I remember that. Okay. That's it. That's Early Allies. Thanks for your patience. I'm the chaplain. I'll be praying for you.